Good morning, garden family. This is Alima in Dolores' Garden, Zone 8B, Middle Georgia. And on today, we are in the kitchen. So welcome to Dolores' Garden, Kitchen Edition. On today, we will be making our pasta sauce, doing some more peaches, and also canning some pears for the first time. I thought I'll bring you along. And also, let me not forget, we're gonna be making some garlic butter. So let me go ahead and get everything that I need, and I will bring you back. I have my gloves. The first thing we're gonna do is, what is the first thing we're going to do? So I have all of my tomatoes out. I will put a picture so you can see them when I first took them out of the freezer. But I have about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, got to be up to 30 bags of tomatoes from harvest from our garden. And I'm gonna go ahead and get them into my Ninja. First step will be placing the tomatoes in the Ninja and then taking them through a mill, okay, to get rid of the seeds and skin. And then the next step will be putting them in my roaster pot, which is right here, and letting that roast to reduce the size, getting off all of the water, because I don't want my pasta sauce to be watery. While that is brewing, then I will chop up my onions, carrots, and celery. Okay, and I also have my other ingredients over there. So we'll go ahead and get started with the blender. Still a little cold. I'm just heating it up a little bit because they're still really cold. I only took them out yesterday to defrost, but they're still really cold, so it's making it like a tomato slushy. So I'm just warming it up so it can kind of loosen up. Right now what I'm doing is pouring the water off, which is a good thing, because once it defrosts all of the water, you can just pour that off, and it's less cooking time that you have to do for your pasta sauce. Okay, now we will repeat until we have blended up all of the tomatoes. It's heating up really good. And I will bring you back once I finish processing all of these tomatoes in this blender and when it's time for us to take it through the mill. change the pot that I was using because it wasn't enough. Really? It wasn't enough space. So all I'm doing is just heating it up a little bit because the tomatoes were still cold and I just want it to kind of thaw out a little bit more before I start my milling process. And it's doing good. And I might have to start that milling process now because my pot is full, so I need to go ahead and move to my other step. This is what I'm going to use. I also used this when I made my raspberry preserve to get most of the seeds out. All right. Ooh. Okay, perfect. This is my canning pot. I'll move this. I am going to put a little water in the bottom of here so that it can cook evenly. I think that's enough. Get that heated up. Get my bowl. Just so I don't make a mess. I will take it through this 2 times. All right, this is what our sauce is looking like so far. I still have a lot to go. This is definitely a tedious process, especially with this meal. I don't have the automatic one, so I'm just gonna be getting some arm workout. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more bags of tomatoes that I need to blend up and then transfer into this pot, and then transfer into this bowl to take the seeds and skin out, and then to transfer into this roaster. After that, I will add in the ingredients, which we will chop up and prepare together, and then we will let this sauce cook down by half to thicken it up. Oh, look how it's looking though. Once you start removing all of that, once you start to remove the seeds and skin, it's gonna turn into this beautiful sauce right here. I have it on 200 degrees just for right now, until I continue to add the sauce. Once we finish putting all of the sauce in here, then we will go ahead, clean up the mess to start on our next project, which I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the peaches and pears, and then last but not least, we will do the butter, the garlic butter. We'll leave that for last. But this is the most tedious process, with removing the seeds and the skin. I'm being careful not to get any seeds in my bowl. I want everything to pass through my strainer, because right now my sauce is looking absolutely beautiful. All right, I have that down on low. And I'll keep doing this same process until we have gotten all of our sauce inside this pan. I won't hold you for you to watch me do all that, so I will bring you back. Okay, we have finished processing the tomatoes. They are in the roaster and in that pot right there, because it was gonna overflow, so I went on ahead and got another pot, and I'm using that pot, and what I'm doing now is cooking that down, and then once it cooks down to the consistency that I want, we will then start processing our jars. At this moment, I will go ahead and fill that pot up right here with water, get that warmed up, so by the time I'm finished peeling my pears and peaches, that'll already be warm. Remember, we are going to hot pack these peaches and pears. So, well, not really the pears, just the peaches. So I want to make sure that my water is at the same temperature of the jars when I get ready to put them in. The jars have been sterilized in dishwasher. My son put them in last night. So let's go ahead and get to that. All right. Yep, the jars are all nice and sterilized. So while I'm waiting for that, let me get my gloves. I was going to use the recipe in the Ball's canning book for the spaghetti sauce. However, I didn't measure the amount of cups of sauce I have, and it goes by measurement. So I don't want to mess anything up. So I'm just going to process it as it is and put some garlic, pepper, just basic ingredients. I will not be putting the onions, celery, and carrots. I just forgot to, what you call it, to measure it as I was putting in that pot, so I would have known how you use this. I think my husband bought me this. We're gonna learn together. But yeah, so I don't want to mess anything up. I don't know how to use this, y'all. I'm gonna use my regular potato cutter. But it's potato peeler, not potato cutter. If I can find it. And I know you've seen me peel these peaches, so I most likely will speed this up. We got another box of peaches. And this time I'm going to do it a little different from what I did it the last time we did it together. I am going to do a very, very light, what do you call it? Light syrup. The peaches texture was really good, but it was a little sweet. So, not a little, it was sweet. So just to, I wanted the consistency to be like as if you went to the store and got those canned peaches. I want it to be very light, not so thick, but the peaches taste really good. So that was a win, just an adjustment that I want to do for this batch. Everything was washed last night. So again, this is a tedious part of the job. And I will go ahead and bring you back once I'm done. Since you have seen me do this, I'll bring you back once I'm mixing the syrup. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up these pears, because they're starting to turn brown, and I don't want that. I have them in water, but they're still starting to turn, so. They're pretty small, so I don't need a big knife. They're not going to be the prettiest cut, but it'll be something. And I have my syrup on, and I just did 12 cups of water and 2 cups of sugar because I want a light syrup. They turn brown really, really fast. So I'm trying to do it as quick as I can. These pears were given to me by my coworker. She has a large pear tree. What I'm gonna do is I just wanted to heat up my water, not too much. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in here. Okay, that way, as I put it in there, it won't keep turning around, at least because it's in water. So we're gonna see if that helps. Oh, this one don't look great. All right, garden family, so pasta sauce is still in the roaster. 2 pots are going with the peaches and pears in them, and I have 3 jars that could not fit in those pots, but they are going, and I have about 15 minutes on one pot and 3 minutes on the other pot. So while we're waiting for that to be done, I'm gonna go ahead and start the butter. This has been a busy day, and I washed everything and cleaned up everything. So first, I have my oven preheating to go ahead and roast my garlic, because this is not even half of the garlic from my harvest, but this is from my harvest that Mom has been peeling for me, because I'm gonna make, like I told y'all before, I'm gonna make some garlic powder and garlic pucks. Well, this garlic that I'm using right now is going to be for the garlic butter. And I'm gonna roast it in the oven while I start processing the garlic. Hold on. Okay, that should be enough. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven, and then we're gonna go and start this butter. Okay. All right. I'm using heavy whipping cream. They recommend you using a high fat content heavy whipping cream. So I got Mr. Parks got the Land O'Lakes brand for me. I'm trying to see if it had the total, but I'll go ahead and put this in. butter is complete in the blender. So what I'm gonna do right now is rinse it to get all of the buttermilk out. You saw me pour the buttermilk in these jars. So I have 2 jars full of buttermilk. So what I'm gonna do now is one by one, go ahead and start rinsing this butter. And the water has to be cold. You just mash it. You can put it in a bowl actually. Just want to squeeze it till you get it all out. I think I got that when I strained it, but it's running clear. I'm going to use this bowl. Next, what I'll do, I will go ahead and get the garlic from out of the, this one is hard, from out of the oven, put it back in my blender, put some salt and the garlic, put some herbs that I have in my jars, and make some garlic butter. I squeeze this one pretty good, I guess. All right, garden family, I so appreciate you sticking with me to the end. It's still not over, but I know everybody waiting to get into this kitchen and eat dinner. It is 5:55, and in here we usually eat dinner at 6 o'clock, and I ain't eat all day. So we did garlic butter, we did some pasta sauce, and I will put a picture of the finished product of the pasta sauce. We did some peaches and pears together. So I thank you again, and I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, my friends, peace and love in Dolores' Garden Kitchen Edition.